This audiobook unlocks the ancient science of manifestation hidden in the 33rd degree knowledge. You'll discover the invisible threads shaping your reality and the limitless potential of your consciousness. The universe is waiting. Step into the mastery you were born for. 33rd degree knowledge. Introduction. In the depths of time, whispers of a sacred knowledge have echoed through the corridors of human consciousness. This wisdom, passed down through generations of illuminated minds, holds the power to transform your existence from ordinary to extraordinary. You now stand before the gates of understanding that few have discovered, yet all unconsciously seek. The 33rd degree knowledge transcends the physical realm, reaching into dimensions where thought becomes reality and intention shapes destiny. This ancient science of manifestation has guided emperors, inspired visionaries, and transformed ordinary individuals into masters of their fate. It is not merely knowledge to be learned, but truth to be experienced. As you venture deeper into these teachings, you will uncover the invisible threads that weave the fabric of reality. The universe operates through precise laws, as exact as mathematics, as reliable as the rising sun. These laws respond not to wishes or hopes, but to the unwavering power of aligned consciousness. Within you lies a force so vast, so potent, that its mere awakening can reshape the world around you. This power has always been there, dormant, waiting for the moment when you would be ready to claim it. That moment is now. The knowledge you are about to receive has been guarded through the ages, not through locks and keys, but through the natural law that wisdom reveals itself only to those prepared to receive it. Your presence here is no accident. You have been drawn to these teachings because you are ready to transcend the boundaries of ordinary existence. Let go of what you think you know. Release the limitations that society has placed upon your mind. As you embrace these ancient principles, you will discover that reality is far more malleable than you ever imagined. The universe is not a rigid structure, but a responsive field of infinite possibility, waiting to be shaped by those who understand its secrets. You stand at the beginning of a path that will reveal the true nature of existence and your role within it. The journey ahead will transform not just your understanding, but your very being. Part 1. Unlocking the Veil of Existence. Chapter 1. The Veil of Reality. In the heart of an endless desert, a weary traveler named Hassan stumbled forward beneath the scorching sun. His water supplies had dwindled, and hope seemed as sparse as the barren landscape surrounding him. Suddenly, before his eyes appeared an oasis, palm trees swaying gently, crystal clear waters beckoning. His parched throat urged him forward, yet as he approached, the vision began to shift and change, until at last it dissolved completely into the shimmering heat. Yet in that moment, Hassan experienced an awakening far more precious than water. He understood that the mirage had not deceived him. His own perception, born of desperate thirst, had created the illusion. This truth runs deeper than mere optical phenomena in the desert. You too create the reality you experience through the lens of your perception. Every circumstance, every encounter, every challenge you face is filtered through the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world. These beliefs act as invisible architects, constructing the reality you inhabit. When you understand this fundamental truth, you begin to grasp the extraordinary power that lies within your consciousness. Your perception is not merely a passive observer of reality, it is the very force that shapes it. The universe responds not to what is, but to what you believe to be. Think of your mind as a projector. continuously casting images onto the screen of existence. These projections, your thoughts, beliefs, and expectations, become the blueprint from which your experiences are built. Change the projection, and the reality shifts accordingly. In a distant mountain village lived Reza, a sculptor renowned for his ability to create breathtaking works of art from simple blocks of stone. When asked how he achieved such mastery, he would smile and say, "I do not create the statue. I simply remove everything that is not the statue. For within each block of marble, the masterpiece already exists. My eyes see it before my hands begin their work." This wisdom mirrors the truth of your own creative power. The reality you seek already exists within the infinite field of possibility. Your perception, like the sculptor's vision, simply reveals what was always there, waiting to be discovered. Through this understanding comes a profound revelation. The limitations you perceive are not walls, but veils, transparent barriers that exist only because you believe in them. As you shift your perception, these veils dissolve, revealing pathways where before you saw only obstacles. Find a quiet space where you can be undisturbed. Close your eyes and bring to mind a challenge currently present in your life. See it as Hassan's mirage, a projection of your current perceptions. Breathe deeply and allow yourself to see beyond the apparent reality of the situation. What beliefs are creating this experience? How might this challenge appear differently if viewed through eyes of wisdom and possibility? Let your consciousness expand beyond the boundaries of what you think is possible and watch as new pathways of understanding emerge. Chapter 2. The Universal Blueprint. In the ancient city of wisdom dwells Master Chen, whose teachings have illuminated the paths of countless souls. He speaks of an architect named Kamal, whose work stood as testaments to the eternal principles that govern all creation. Kamal understood that every magnificent structure begins not with stone and mortar, but with invisible patterns, sacred geometries that echo throughout the cosmos. These patterns, passed down through generations of master builders, were not mere architectural guidelines but reflections of the universal laws that orchestrate all manifestation. Just as Kamal aligned his creations with these timeless principles, you too must recognize that the universe operates through precise and unchanging laws. The law of attraction stands as the cornerstone of creation, drawing to you the essence of your dominant thoughts and feelings. Like attracts like. This is not merely a saying, but a fundamental truth woven into the fabric of existence. The law of vibration reveals that everything in the universe exists in constant motion, emanating specific frequencies. Your thoughts and emotions generate vibrations that ripple through the cosmic web, attracting experiences that match their frequency. When you understand this, you begin to grasp why your inner state shapes your outer reality with such precision. These laws work in harmony like the instruments in a grand orchestra, creating the symphony of your life experience. They operate whether you are aware of them or not, just as gravity functions regardless of your belief in it. In the fertile valleys lived a farmer named Raj, who understood these principles through his connection to the land. Each spring, he would carefully prepare the soil, plant his seeds with intention, and tend to his crops with patience and devotion. He knew that the harvest would mirror the care and attention he invested in his fields. The seeds of your desires, Raj would say, must be planted in fertile soil, nourished with faith and tended with unwavering attention. The universe responds not to what you want, but to what you cultivate in the garden of your consciousness. His wisdom mirrors the process of conscious creation. Your desires are seeds of potential, waiting to be planted in the fertile soil of universal law. Through understanding and working with these principles, you align yourself with the very forces that shape reality. Sacred practice. Take a moment now to connect with the deepest wishes of your heart. On a clean page, inscribe your desires with clarity and purpose. For each desire, reflect on how it aligns with the universal laws we have explored. Feel how your intentions vibrate with the frequency of what you seek to manifest. Let this practice serve as your sacred blueprint, guiding you into harmony with the cosmic principles of creation. Chapter 3. The Hidden Cipher. In the shadows of time lies a tale of a wandering scholar named Hassan, who discovered an ancient parchment within the dusty confines of a forgotten monastery. The yellowed manuscript, written in a script that seemed to shimmer and change beneath his gaze, held secrets that would transform the very foundation of his understanding. The wisdom contained within those sacred pages was not meant for common eyes. For millennia, this knowledge had been guarded by those who understood its power. The ability to bend reality itself to one's will through the mastery of thought and energy. This was not mere philosophy, but the pure essence of creation's blueprint. You now stand where Hassan once stood, at the threshold of revelation. This knowledge remained hidden not out of malice, but protection. For in these teachings lies power that can manifest dreams or unleash chaos, all depending on the consciousness of its wielder. The ancient ones knew that such wisdom must await those whose hearts were prepared to receive it. The core of this forbidden knowledge reveals that reality is not fixed, but fluid, shaped by the focused power of consciousness. Your thoughts are not merely passive observations, but active forces that mold the very fabric of existence. This truth was concealed because its power demanded responsibility. The wisdom to understand that as you shape reality, you shape not only your destiny, but influence the collective tapestry of all being. There lived a keymaker named Amara who crafted not ordinary keys but instruments of revelation. Each key she forged contained within its design the essence of universal truth. A key, she would say, is not just a tool to open doors, but a symbol of the power to unlock new realities. Her most magnificent creation was a master key, said to open any lock in existence. Yet those who sought it discovered that the key's true power lay not in its physical form, but in what it represented: the ability to access the infinite possibilities that exist within consciousness itself. Find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. Close your eyes and envision a golden key materializing in your hands. Feel its weight, its warmth, its sacred purpose. Before you stands an ancient door, its surface inscribed with symbols of power. As you insert the key, feel the mechanisms of the universe aligning. With each turn, sense the barriers between you and your deepest desires dissolving. Let the door swing open, revealing the reality you wish to manifest. Hold this vision until you feel its truth resonate within your being. Chapter 4. The Power of Alignment. In the mountains of ancient Tibet, there lived a monk named Chen, who wandered from temple to temple, studying the sacred art of stone arrangement. One day, as he worked to restore a centuries-old sanctuary, he noticed something peculiar about the stones. Each seemed to possess its own subtle vibration, calling out for its perfect position. As Chen carefully placed each stone, he felt rather than saw the invisible lines of force flowing through the structure. The final stone, when aligned precisely, sent a ripple of energy through the entire temple, bringing the whole edifice into perfect resonance with the universal rhythms. You too exist within this cosmic architecture of energy. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions are like Chen's stones, each one contributing to the temple of your reality. When these elements align with universal forces, you tap into a power that transcends ordinary existence. The law of harmony reveals that everything in creation seeks natural alignment. Your inner world, thoughts, feelings, beliefs, must vibrate in concert with your outer actions. Any dissonance creates resistance, blocking the flow of universal energy that manifests your desires. Think of your mind as the foundation, your emotions as the walls, and your actions as the roof of your temple. When these align, you create a channel through which the universe's abundance flows freely. Yet a single misplaced stone, a contradictory thought, a conflicting emotion, or an incongruent action can disrupt this sacred geometry. In a distant valley lived Sophia, a musician renowned for her ability to tune instruments to perfection. One day a wealthy merchant brought her a precious violin that would not play in harmony despite its apparent perfection. Sophia spent days with the instrument, listening not just to its sound, but to its essence. She discovered that while each string was technically correct, they failed to resonate together. Only when she adjusted them in relation to each other did the violin produce music of transcendent beauty. Your life is this violin. Each aspect must not only be true to itself, but must harmonize with the whole. When your spoken words align with your inner truth, when your actions mirror your intentions, when your dreams resonate with your deepest values, then you create music that moves mountains. Take your journal now and find a quiet space. Write about the areas in your life where you sense discord, perhaps between your words and actions, your dreams and your daily choices, or your relationships and your true needs. Feel into each discord without judgment, as Sophia listened to her violin. Then, write one specific action you will take to bring that aspect of your life back into harmony. This practice, passed down through generations, helps restore the natural flow of universal energy through your being. Chapter 5, The Resonance of Truth. In a hidden valley among ancient mountains, Amara, a keeper of sacred knowledge, held a gleaming tuning fork in her weathered hands. As curious onlookers gathered, she struck the fork against a crystal and held it near a pool of still water. The surface rippled in perfect circles, revealing invisible patterns in the air. "Watch closely," she whispered, as she asked each person to speak a truth they held dear. With each authentic statement, the water danced in harmony with the fork's vibration. Yet when someone spoke an untruth, the patterns became chaotic, the water's surface disturbed by conflicting frequencies. You exist in an ocean of vibration. Every thought, every word, every intention sends ripples through the fabric of reality. The law of vibration teaches that nothing in the universe is truly still. All matter, all energy, all consciousness pulses with its own unique frequency. Your desires already exist as energetic patterns in the universe. To manifest them, you must tune your own vibration to match their frequency. Joy attracts joy. Abundance attracts abundance. When you align your energy with what you seek, you become a powerful magnet for its manifestation. In the heart of an ancient temple stood a mysterious bell, cast from metals unknown to modern craftsmen. Many attempted to make it sing, but it remained silent. One day, a young girl named Maya approached. She carried no wealth, no status, no agenda, only a heart full of wonder and love. As she stood before the bell, her pure presence caused it to ring with a tone so beautiful it brought tears to the eyes of all who heard it. The bell recognized in her the same frequency of truth it held within itself. This bell rings within you too. When your thoughts, emotions, and intentions align with universal truth, you resonate with the very essence of creation. This alignment amplifies your manifesting power exponentially, Now find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed, a sacred corner where the world's clamor cannot reach you. Sit comfortably, allowing your body to settle into perfect alignment, and choose an affirmation that feels true in your heart. Perhaps, I am worthy of abundance, or love flows freely through my life. Let the words arise naturally, for your soul knows which truth needs awakening. Repeat this affirmation slowly, deliberately, feeling each word vibrate through your being like ripples on still water. Let the resonance build with each repetition, allowing the power of these words to penetrate deeper and deeper into your consciousness. Continue until you sense its resonance in every cell of your body, harmonizing with the universal frequency of truth. As you persist, you will begin to feel a subtle shift, a warming sensation, a lightness of being, or perhaps a gentle tingling. Signs that your personal vibration is aligning with the infinite wisdom of the cosmos. Chapter 6: The Reflective Universe. In a secluded mountain sanctuary, Kenzo, a young truth-seeker, wandered to the edge of an ancient lake. As twilight descended, the water's surface became perfectly still, transforming into a flawless mirror of the heavens above. In that moment of perfect reflection, he understood. The stars above and below were indistinguishable, unified in a single truth. You live in a universe that perpetually mirrors your inner world. Every circumstance, every encounter, every experience reflects the thoughts and beliefs you hold within. This mirror never lies, never distorts, but faithfully returns to you the essence of your own consciousness. Your thoughts cast ripples across the fabric of reality, creating patterns that manifest as your daily experiences. When you harbor thoughts of lack, the universe reflects scarcity. When you cultivate thoughts of abundance, reality responds with prosperity. This is not mere coincidence, but the operation of an immutable universal law. In a distant temple, there hung a mystical mirror crafted by enlightened artisans. Those who gazed into it saw not their physical reflection, but the true nature of their inner being. A merchant saw his greed as chains of gold that bound him. A mother saw her love as a radiant light touching all around her. An old man saw his wisdom as a flowing river, nourishing all it touched. The mirror showed each person their essence, not as they wished to be seen, but as they truly were. Some turned away, unable to face their truth. Others stood transfixed, finally understanding the power they held to transform their reality. Your world is this mirror, reflecting with perfect accuracy the sum of your beliefs, expectations, and emotional patterns. Each relationship reveals your capacity for love. Each challenge reflects your hidden strengths. Each success mirrors your inner worthiness. Take a moment now to create sacred space for reflection. Find a quiet place where you can write without interruption. Choose a situation in your life that feels significant, perhaps a relationship, a work challenge, or a personal goal. Allow your pen to flow freely as you explore how this circumstance mirrors your internal state. What beliefs does it reflect? What emotions does it mirror? What hidden truths about yourself does it reveal? Write until you feel the deeper understanding emerge, until you recognize your own reflection in the circumstances of your life. For in this recognition lies the power to transform both inner and outer reality. Chapter 7: The Keys to Unlocking Potential. In the heart of an ancient city, there lived a master blacksmith named Thaddeus, who forged keys unlike any other. Each key he crafted held not just metal and form, but carried within it the essence of wisdom itself. Through flames and persistence, he created 7 golden keys, each destined to unlock a different chamber in the temple of hidden truths. You possess within yourself chambers of untapped potential, waiting to be unlocked. Like Thaddeus's keys, the power to access these chambers lies in understanding their unique nature. Each door requires a specific key, a particular mindset, a certain practice, and aligned intention. The first key represents awareness, the second dedication, the third patience, the fourth faith, the fifth action, the sixth persistence, and the seventh transformation. As Thaddeus discovered, these keys work not through force but through resonance with the locks they're meant to open. Within you lie similar chambers, talents, abilities, and wisdom waiting to be awakened. These dormant capacities remain sealed until you forge the right key through conscious effort and devoted practice. Each chamber holds a different aspect of your infinite potential, waiting to be discovered and expressed. In a distant valley there lived a gardener named Maya, who inherited a plot of barren land. Where others saw only lifeless soil, she perceived sleeping potential. Day after day, she worked the earth, adding nutrients, providing water, and speaking words of encouragement to the dormant seeds below. Gradually, tiny shoots emerged from the once sterile ground. With each tender sprout, Maya's faith grew stronger. She understood that life's potential often lies hidden, requiring only the right conditions and patient nurturing to flourish. Like Maya's garden, your latent abilities await the proper cultivation. They require the fertile soil of belief, the water of practice, and the sunlight of persistent action. Nothing in nature blooms all at once, and neither will your inner gifts. Take a moment now to sit in stillness. Reflect upon one quality or skill within you that remains unexpressed. Perhaps it's creativity, leadership, compassion, or courage. On a piece of paper, write down this dormant potential. Then identify one small action you can take today to begin nurturing this seed of possibility. Like Maya tending her garden or Thaddeus forging his keys, understand that awakening potential requires both patience and dedicated action. Chapter 8. The Sacred Gateway. In a time beyond memory, a pilgrim named Liam wandered through ancient lands seeking the gateway spoken of in whispered legends, not a physical door of wood and metal, but a threshold between the world of form and the realm of infinite possibility. After years of searching, he discovered this gateway existed not in any earthly location, but within the chambers of his own mind. You too stand before this sacred threshold. The gateway to unlimited potential awaits your recognition, for imagination serves as the bridge between what is and what could be. Through this power of creative vision, you shape the very fabric of reality itself. When you close your eyes and paint pictures in your mind, you engage with the same creative force that brings worlds into being. Your imagination is not mere fantasy. It is the workshop where reality is first conceived. Every great achievement, every wonderful creation, first existed as a thought, a vision, a possibility imagined. The universe responds not to what your eyes see, but to what your mind envisions. This is the hidden truth that masters and mystics have guarded through the ages. Your creative visualization serves as the blueprint that the universal forces use to construct your experience. In a seaside village, a young child named Clara spent her days building castles in the sand. While others saw only grains of earth, she saw towers reaching to the sky, drawbridges spanning mighty moats, and flags waving in the wind. With joy and wonder, she shaped each turret and wall, completely immersed in her vision. Though waves would later wash her castles away, Clara understood something most adults had forgotten. The true power lay not in the physical creation, but in the act of seeing it first in her mind. Each day she returned, building grander castles, her imagination unlimited by what had come before. Like Clara's sandcastles, your visions plant seeds in the fertile soil of possibility. The joy and clarity with which you imagine your desires directly influences their manifestation. When you engage all your senses in visualization, you create a magnetic force that draws your vision into physical form. Take 5 minutes now to sit in peaceful solitude. Close your eyes and begin to build your ideal life in your mind's eye. See the details clearly, the colors, shapes, and textures of your surroundings. Hear the sounds that fill your perfect day. Feel the emotions that flow through you as you live this reality. Breathe in the scents and taste the sweetness of your fulfilled desires. Let your entire being resonate with the truth of this vision, knowing that what you can conceive, you can achieve. Chapter 9, Bending Time. In a hidden valley untouched by modern ways, a traveler named Khalil discovered an ancient timepiece unlike any other. As he held the mysterious clock in his hands, he noticed something extraordinary. Whenever he became fully absorbed in the present moment, the hands of the clock would cease their endless march forward. You too possess this power to transcend time's illusion. When you enter the eternal now, you step into the realm where all possibilities exist simultaneously. This is where manifestation finds its source, where your desires transform from potential to reality. The present moment holds infinite power, for it is the only point where consciousness meets creation. Past and future exist as mental constructs, but your creative force operates solely in the now. When you align completely with the present, you access the timeless space where manifestation occurs instantaneously. Time, as you perceive it, serves merely as a measurement of attention. When your mind scatters between past regrets and future anxieties, manifestation seems slow and difficult. Yet when you gather your awareness fully in the present, you compress time itself, accelerating the journey from vision to reality. In a mountain monastery, an old weaver named Ming spent her days creating intricate tapestries. Unlike other weavers who rushed to complete their work, Ming understood that each thread represented a moment of pure presence. As she wove, she poured her entire being into every movement, every breath. Those who witnessed her work spoke of how time seemed to flow differently around her loom. Sometimes an entire tapestry would emerge in what felt like minutes, while a single thread might contain an eternity of awareness. Ming's secret lay not in her skill with thread and needle, but in her mastery of presence. By fully inhabiting each moment, she transformed time from an enemy to an ally, from a limitation to a tool of creation. Her tapestries captured not just images, but the very essence of timeless awareness. To access this transformative power, find a quiet space where you will remain undisturbed. For the next 5 minutes, bring your attention fully into the present moment. Notice the sensations in your body, the rhythm of your breath, the sounds around you. When thoughts of past or future arise, gently return to now. Feel how time transforms as you deepen into presence, opening the gateway to accelerated manifestation. Chapter 10, The Awakening of Awareness. In a remote mountain temple, a young apprentice named Zhi sought the teachings of Master Wei, whose physical eyes had long since ceased to see. Yet those who knew the Master spoke of his extraordinary ability to perceive truth beyond the visible realm. You possess this same capacity for inner sight, though perhaps you have not yet awakened to its presence. Just as Master Wei guided Zhi to understand that true vision emerges from within, you too must learn to see beyond surface appearances. How can you teach me when you cannot see? Zhi once asked his master. In response, Wei led him through the temple grounds, navigating perfectly between pillars and steps. I see not with eyes of flesh, Wei explained, but with the eyes of awareness. The outer world merely reflects what lives within. Your journey to mastery begins with this fundamental truth. Awareness precedes transformation. Like a clear mirror reflecting all that passes before it, your consciousness observes the continuous flow of thoughts, emotions, and energies that shape your reality. This inner sight reveals patterns previously hidden from view. As you cultivate this awareness, you begin to recognize how your internal state creates your external experience. Each thought carries a vibration, each emotion generates a field of energy, and together they form the blueprint of your manifested reality. Along the ancient Silk Road, there lived a humble lantern-bearer named Chen. Each evening, he would light his lantern and walk the treacherous mountain paths, guiding travelers to safety. One night, a merchant asked Chen how he could illuminate such a vast darkness with just one small light. Chen smiled and replied, "The lantern doesn't need to light the entire path at once. It only needs to illuminate the next step." Like Chen's lantern, awareness illuminates your path one moment at a time. As you shine the light of consciousness on your inner world, what once seemed like impenetrable darkness becomes clear. Each realization lights the way to the next, creating a path of understanding through the unknown. Practice. As the sun rises tomorrow, begin observing the landscape of your inner world. Notice your thoughts as they arise, your emotions as they flow, and how they influence your experience of reality. Watch without judgment, as if following the trail of your own awareness through the day. In this observation lies the seed of mastery. For what you can see clearly, you can transform completely. Part 2. Journey into the Forbidden Mysteries. Chapter 11. The Alchemy of Thought. In the hidden valleys of an ancient kingdom lived an alchemist named Reza, who spent decades seeking the secret of transmutation. Night after night he labored over his crucibles and flames, yet gold remained elusive. One evening, as he gazed into his workshop mirror, he noticed how his furrowed brow and anxious thoughts reflected in the lead before him, dull, heavy, and unchanged. You too stand before the crucible of creation, where thoughts become things. Like Reza, you may have struggled to manifest your desires, unaware that the true transformation begins not in the outer world, but in the laboratory of your mind. Through years of dedication, Reza discovered that the purity of his intention directly affected the metal's response to his work. When his mind wandered or doubt crept in, the lead remained stubborn and unyielding. But in moments of absolute clarity and unwavering focus, golden specks began to appear within the metal. Your thoughts carry this same alchemical power. Each one seeds the universe with creative force, yet their potency depends on their clarity and conviction. Like a magnifying glass focusing sunlight, a concentrated thought burns brighter than 1,000 scattered ones. In a distant village lived Ming, a master potter renowned for her perfect vessels. Students traveled far to learn her secret, expecting complex techniques. Instead, they found her sitting quietly before each creation, holding the finished form in her mind with crystal clarity. "The clay," she taught, "simply fills the shape of my thought." Just as Ming's vessels emerged from her focused vision, your reality takes shape around your most consistent thoughts. When doubt clouds your mind or negativity seeps in, the creative force disperses, leaving manifestation weak and unfocused. But when you hold a single, pure intention, like Ming before her clay, the universe responds with precision. Practice. Take 5 minutes now to write down one clear, specific thought about something you wish to create. Focus on it with the same unwavering attention Ming gave her vessels, or Reza gave his gold. Notice how this concentrated intention feels different from scattered thinking. Let this pure thought fill your mind completely, observing how your energy aligns with its singular purpose. Chapter 12. The Magnetic Heart. In the scrolls of time lies the tale of Avalara, a city that pulsed with an otherworldly radiance. Unlike other kingdoms that relied on fire or water for power, Avalara drew its strength from something far more potent, the collective emotional energy of its people. The city's walls gleamed with a soft golden light that grew brighter with each citizen's joy and dimmed with their sorrows. You possess this same infinite power source within. Your emotions are not merely feelings that come and go. They are the vital force that breathes life into your thoughts and intentions. The essence of creation lies in the marriage of thought and feeling. When you align your emotions with your desires, you activate a force more powerful than any physical energy. Like Avalara's citizens who learn to cultivate joy and enthusiasm to light their homes, you too can harness your emotional state to illuminate your path to manifestation. In the mountains of the east lived Arya, a musician whose melodies could bring rain to parched fields and sunshine to stormy skies. Those who sought to learn her secret watched her fingers on the strings, studying her technique. Yet Arya's power lay not in her skill, but in her ability to pour pure emotion into every note. When she played, her joy, longing, or peace flowed through the instrument, touching all who listened. Your emotions resonate with this same creative force. Each feeling sends ripples through the fabric of reality, attracting experiences that match its frequency. When you infuse your intentions with genuine emotion, you create a magnetic field that draws your desires closer. The universe responds not to the words you speak or the thoughts you think, but to the feeling tone of your being. Like Avalara's glowing walls or Arya's transformative music, your emotional energy broadcasts a signal that shapes the world around you. Practice. Find a quiet space and bring to mind a memory that fills you with pure joy. Allow this feeling to expand within you, noticing how it affects your body and energy. Now, while maintaining this elevated emotional state, focus on something you wish to create in your life. Let your heart's energy infuse this desire, creating a bridge between your current joy and future manifestation. Chapter 13. The Science of Synchronicity. In the vast desert plains where the horizon meets the endless sky, lived the celestial nomads. Each night, they would gather beneath the cosmic tapestry, reading the dance of stars as naturally as you might read these words. Their wisdom teaches us that the universe speaks not only through grand gestures, but through subtle patterns woven into the fabric of everyday life. You stand at the center of a vast cosmic web, where every event, encounter, and coincidence carries meaning. These synchronicities, these meaningful coincidences, are the universe's way of communicating with you, guiding your path toward your highest good. When the celestial nomads noticed certain stars aligning in unusual patterns, they understood these as sacred messages. If 3 shooting stars appeared in succession pointing east, they would adjust their journey accordingly. Their trust in these cosmic signs never failed to lead them to oases, shelter, or settlements exactly when needed. The universe speaks this same language to you through the events of your daily life. A book falling open to exactly the page you needed to read, a chance encounter with someone who holds the answer you've been seeking, or a recurring number sequence catching your eye. These are not random occurrences, but divine orchestration. Along the ancient silk routes traveled Hassan, a merchant seeking a legendary treasure. Rather than following maps or directions, he followed signs that seemed to appear at precisely the right moments. A peculiar bird leading him to a hidden spring, a pattern in the sand revealing a safe passage through treacherous dunes, or a child's innocent words containing vital clues. Each synchronicity led him closer to his goal, though the true treasure proved to be not gold or jewels, but the wisdom of trusting the universe's guidance. Like Hassan, you are surrounded by signs and symbols crafted specifically for your journey. The universe arranges these synchronicities with perfect timing, creating a trail of breadcrumbs leading to your highest good. Your task is not to force these signs to appear, but to remain open and attentive to their presence. Practice. Begin a sacred journal dedicated to recording synchronicities in your daily life. Each evening, reflect on the meaningful coincidences you encountered. The timely phone call, the recurring symbol, the overheard conversation that answered your silent question. Notice how these signs align with your current path and intentions. Through this practice, you will develop a deeper awareness of the universe's guiding hand in your life. Chapter 14, The Divine Equation. In the halls of an ancient academy, Master Zhang spent decades unlocking the mysteries of numbers. One morning, while contemplating the golden ratio, he discovered a truth that transcended mathematics, the perfect equation between effort and surrender. You possess within you two complementary forces: the power to shape your destiny through focused intention, and the wisdom to release control, allowing the universe to orchestrate the perfect circumstances for your desires to manifest. Master Zhang taught his students that creation follows a divine formula. Intention multiplied by surrender equals manifestation. Like the precise balance of numbers in a complex equation, too much force disrupts the natural flow, while too little direction leaves energy scattered to the winds. This sacred mathematics reveals that manifestation occurs not through rigid control or passive waiting, but through the harmonious dance between your directed will and your trust in universal timing. When you plant a seed, you do so with clear intention, yet you do not dig it up each day to check its progress. You water it, provide sunlight, and trust in nature's wisdom to transform that seed into a flourishing plant. Amidst rolling waves and endless horizons, Captain Lin guided her ship across vast oceans. She set her course by the stars with unwavering clarity, yet remained flexible enough to adjust her sails when the winds changed. Some nights, when storms obscured the celestial guides, she trusted the currents beneath her vessel, knowing they too led to her destination. Her journey teaches us that while we must hold steady to our chosen direction, we must also flow with the universe's greater wisdom. Like Captain Lin, you are called to maintain clear vision while remaining adaptable to the universe's orchestration. Your role is to set the destination through focused intention, then allow the cosmic winds to carry you there through paths you might never have imagined. Practice. Select one heartfelt desire and write it down with crystal clarity. Spend several minutes infusing this intention with your focused energy and emotion. Then perform the sacred release. Extend your arms outward, palms facing up, and speak these words. I trust in the perfect unfolding of this desire, in divine timing and in divine ways. Feel the liberation as you surrender the how to the universe's infinite wisdom. Chapter 15, The Shadow's Gift. In the depths of an ancient mountain, a wanderer named Rami discovered a cave entrance beckoning with mysterious shadows. As he ventured deeper, his torch cast dancing forms on the weathered walls. Suddenly, he encountered a dark figure that mirrored his every movement. His initial terror gave way to understanding, as he realized the shadow held fragments of himself he had long denied. You stand now at the threshold of a profound truth. What you resist persists, yet what you embrace transforms. The shadows that seem to block your path contain the very elements needed for your enlightenment. These aspects you label as negative, your doubts, fears, and perceived weaknesses, are not obstacles but gateways to greater power. The universe operates through perfect balance. Light cannot exist without shadow, just as strength emerges through confronting weakness. When you turn to face what you fear, you discover it holds a gift, the key to unlocking your next level of awareness. Consider the wisdom of Samuel, the master gardener, who understood that the richest blooms spring from soil enriched by decay. Where others saw waste, he recognized transformation. Each fallen leaf, each withered stem he collected became nourishment for future growth. Through his patient alchemy, what appeared lifeless was reborn as vitality. Like Samuel's garden, your perceived limitations contain seeds of potential. That fear of failure, it masks an intense desire for growth. The doubt that holds you back, it conceals wisdom waiting to emerge. These shadows, when embraced rather than avoided, become the compost from which your dreams flourish. Practice. Take a moment now to sit in stillness with paper and pen. Write down one fear or limiting belief that has been casting shadows in your life. Examine it not as an enemy, but as a teacher. Below it write, "This shadow shows me," and allow wisdom to flow. Transform this perceived obstacle into an ally by discovering what it offers your growth. The very thing you resist may hold the key to your next breakthrough. Chapter 16, Words that Shape Worlds. In the mists of ancient times, a wandering bard named Elias traveled between two kingdoms separated by a vast chasm. Night after night he sang of a bridge that would unite the lands, weaving melodies that carried the power of creation. As his words resonated through the valley, stones began to rise, drawn by the vibration of his voice, forming an arch that spanned the divide. The bridge, they say, still stands today, a testament to the power held within the spoken word. You possess this same creative force within your voice. Every word you speak sends ripples through the fabric of existence, shaping the reality around you. The ancients understood this truth, that language carries vibrational energy capable of transforming thought into form. When you speak, you command the very elements of creation. Your words are seeds planted in the fertile soil of the universe, each one carrying a specific frequency that attracts its like. Positive affirmations, spoken with conviction, become bridges between your current reality and your desired state of being. In a distant valley, there lived a wise woman named Maya who understood the sacred power of blessing. Each spring, she would hold seeds in her palms and speak words of life over them. Those who witnessed this ritual spoke of how the seeds would sprout even before touching the soil, awakened by the pure vibration of her blessing. This wisdom teaches us that words carry life force energy. When you speak with intention, you activate the same creative power that moves through all things. Your voice becomes an instrument of manifestation, each word a note in the symphony of creation. Consider carefully the words you choose. Negative speech creates discord in your vibrational field, while words of truth and power align you with the frequency of abundance. The universe responds not just to your thoughts, but to the spoken declaration of your intentions. Practice. Find a quiet space where you can be alone with your voice. Choose an affirmation that resonates with your deepest truth, one that fills you with light when you speak it. 10 times, speak this affirmation aloud, allowing each repetition to grow stronger and clearer. Feel the vibration of each word as it leaves your lips, sensing how it ripples through the air around you. Let your voice carry the full power of your intention, knowing that each declaration shapes the unseen forces of creation. Chapter 17. The Hidden Law. In the halls of an ancient library where wisdom sleeps in forgotten tomes, there lived a keeper of sacred knowledge named Thaddeus. Each day, as shadows danced across weathered scrolls, he guided truth-seekers to the texts they sought, yet never to the most treasured manuscript hidden beneath the library's heart, until one dawn, when he encountered a soul ready for its revelation. You stand now where that seeker stood, at the threshold of wisdom that transcends the mere law of attraction. The universe operates not just through attraction, but through the sublime art of becoming. When you grasp this truth, manifestation becomes instant, for there is no gap between what you desire and what you are. The ancient scroll speaks of a power beyond wanting or wishing. It reveals that creation flows not from what you seek to attract, but from what you choose to embody. In every moment, you are not drawing things toward you. You are becoming the very essence of your desires. Picture a mirror crafted by master artisans of a forgotten age. Those who approached it seeking their reflection found only emptiness until they recognized their own divinity. Only when they stood before it, fully embracing their worthiness, did their image appear. This mirror still exists, not as a physical object, but as the law that governs all creation. It reflects back not what you wish to see, but what you have become. This teaching transcends the simple act of attraction. It calls you to rise beyond hoping and wanting, into the sacred space of being. When you truly embody the state of your desire, when you walk, speak, and breathe as though it is already yours, the universe has no choice but to reflect this truth back to you. Think of the child who doesn't wish to be a king. In play, they simply are the king. Their crown may be made of paper, their throne a wooden chair, yet in their world, the transformation is complete and instant. This is the pure power of embodiment that you are now remembering. Practice. Choose one desire close to your heart. For an entire day, move through your world as though this desire has already manifested. Let every action, word, and thought flow from this place of completion. Notice how this state of being shifts your energy and the world's response to you. As you lay down to rest, reflect on the moments when this embodiment felt most natural and true. Chapter 18. Sacred Symbols. In the ancient city of Alexandria, a young apprentice named Cyrus discovered a series of enigmatic markings etched into the temple walls. Each symbol pulsed with an otherworldly energy, forming patterns that seemed to dance in the torchlight. As he traced these sacred geometries with reverent fingers, the temple walls began to shift, revealing hidden chambers that had remained sealed for millennia. You too stand before such symbols of power, though you may not yet recognize them. The universe speaks through sacred patterns: the spiral of a shell, the hexagon of a snowflake, the golden ratio found in nature's perfect designs. These are not mere decorations, but keys to unlocking the creative force that flows through all things. The symbols you encounter daily carry vibrations that can amplify your intentions. Like tuning forks that resonate with specific frequencies, each sacred pattern connects to different aspects of creation. The circle represents wholeness and completion, the triangle embodies divine manifestation, and the spiral signals evolution and growth. In the marketplace of Damascus, there lived a craftsman named Karim who understood this hidden language. His hands moved with practiced precision as he etched ancient symbols into metal and stone. Those who wore his creations found their desires manifesting with remarkable speed, for each amulet carried the focused energy of universal law encoded in its patterns. Yet the true power lies not in the symbols themselves, but in your relationship with them. When you align your consciousness with these sacred geometries, you tap into the same creative force that shapes galaxies and forms crystals in the Earth's depths. These patterns serve as bridges between your intentions and the universal field of possibility. Practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and allow a symbol to emerge that represents your deepest desire. It may be a traditional sacred geometry pattern or a unique form that speaks to your soul. Draw this symbol on paper, or if you prefer, visualize it clearly in your mind's eye. Spend several minutes in meditation, allowing your awareness to merge with the symbol's energy. Feel its vibration resonating with your intention, knowing that this focused alignment activates the universal forces of creation. Chapter 19. The Portal of Stillness. High in the mist-shrouded mountains, a wise elder named Zhen welcomed a seeker into his sanctuary. The seeker's mind raced with questions, his body fidgeted with restless energy. Yet Zhen offered no words, only gestured toward a simple stone bench in the heart of the temple. You, like this seeker, carry within you an ocean of thoughts, desires, and dreams. Yet true power emerges not from the endless waves of mental activity, but from the depths of silence that lie beneath. The quantum field, the infinite realm of pure potential, speaks in whispers that can only be heard when the mind grows still. In silence, you access a dimension where all possibilities exist simultaneously, where your desires already manifest in their perfect form. Think of your mind as a pool of water. When stirred by countless thoughts, its surface becomes choppy, distorting everything it reflects. But as the water settles into perfect stillness, it mirrors the vast sky above with crystal clarity. This mirrors the ancient truth. Clarity emerges from stillness, and in clarity, you perceive the path to manifestation. In a valley untouched by time, there existed a lake of such perfect stillness that visitors often mistook the reflected stars for lights beneath its surface. Those who gazed into its depths reported experiencing moments of pure knowing, insights that transformed their lives. The lake taught what words could not, that within absolute stillness lies absolute potential. This sacred silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of infinite possibility. When you enter this space of pure awareness, you step beyond the limitations of thought into the realm where creation begins. Here, in the gap between thoughts, you touch the very source of manifestation. Practice. Find a space where you will remain undisturbed. Settle into a comfortable position and allow your breath to naturally slow. For the next 10 minutes, rest in complete silence. Don't try to stop your thoughts. Simply observe them passing like clouds across the sky of your awareness. Notice the spaces between thoughts growing longer, deeper. Let any inspirations or insights arise naturally, knowing they emerge from the infinite field of pure potential. Chapter 20. The Art of Releasing Control. A young sparrow perched on the highest branch of an ancient oak, its wings trembling with uncertainty. Though born with the gift of flight, it clung desperately to what felt safe and known. As dawn painted the sky in golden hues, the sparrow noticed how the leaves around it danced freely in the morning breeze. In that moment, it understood. True freedom comes not from holding on, but from letting go. With one breath, it released its grip and discovered that the very air it feared would become its greatest ally. You too stand at such a threshold. The universe operates through a divine paradox. The more tightly you grasp at your desires, the more they slip through your fingers like grains of sand. When you release your iron grip on outcomes, you allow the infinite wisdom of creation to work through you, rather than against you. Consider the potter who crafted vessels for the temple. Each day he shaped the clay with practiced hands, but one morning his desperation to create the perfect pot caused him to squeeze too tightly. The clay, unable to flow naturally, cracked and spilled over his hands. Only when he loosened his grip did the vessel take its intended form, more beautiful than any he had forced into being. This wisdom echoes through the ages. Attachment creates resistance, and resistance blocks the natural flow of manifestation. When you clutch too tightly to specific outcomes, you unknowingly constrict the channels through which abundance flows. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, often has plans far grander than your limited vision can conceive. True mastery lies not in controlling every detail, but in setting your intention and then surrendering to the greater intelligence that orchestrates all of creation. Like the sparrow who discovered flight only after releasing its perch, your desires manifest most powerfully when you trust in the perfect unfolding of divine timing. Practice. Find a quiet moment to reflect on something you desire deeply. Notice any tension, anxiety, or need to control associated with this desire. Now, imagine this attachment as a physical object in your hands. Feel its weight, its texture. Slowly begin to open your hands, allowing this attachment to dissolve like mist in the morning sun. Breathe deeply as you release your grip on how and when this desire must manifest. Feel the lightness and peace that comes with trusting in the universe's perfect plan. Part 3. Embodiment of Infinite Power. Chapter 21. The Energy of Certainty. In a village among ancient mountains lived a blacksmith known for his exceptional craft. Each morning, as the first rays of sunlight kissed the horizon, he would light his forge and begin his sacred work. Yet one creation would test the very limits of his art: a sword that could never be broken. The blacksmith understood that the metal's strength flowed not merely from his hammer, but from his unwavering belief. As he worked the glowing steel, he poured not just his skill, but his absolute certainty into every strike. Days turned to weeks as he forged, tempered, and refined, never once allowing a shadow of doubt to enter his mind. When the blade finally emerged from its final tempering, it possessed a radiance that spoke of its extraordinary nature. Not a single warrior could break it, for it had been forged in the fires of absolute conviction. You too possess this power of certainty, the ability to shape reality through unshakable belief. When doubt creeps into your thoughts, it creates microscopic fractures in your manifestations, just as uncertainty in the blacksmith's mind would have weakened his creation. The universe responds not to what you hope for or wish might happen, but to what you know with unwavering certainty will be. In distant fields, a farmer taught this same truth through simpler means. Each spring, he would plant his seeds with complete faith in their growth. While others worried about weather and soil conditions, he simply knew his crops would flourish. He understood that seeds respond to the certainty of the one who plants them. Season after season, his fields produced abundant harvests, nourished not just by sun and rain, but by his absolute trust in nature's process. Your thoughts are seeds, and your certainty is the soil in which they grow. When you plant them with doubt, they struggle to take root. But when you nurture them with absolute belief, they flourish with supernatural vigor. The universe doesn't respond to what you want. It manifests what you know to be true with every fiber of your being. Practice. Choose one desire that burns brightest in your heart, the one truth that ignites your spirit and quickens your pulse when you contemplate it. Write it as a statement of absolute certainty, beginning with the words, "I know without doubt." Speak this statement aloud each morning as the sun rises, letting your voice carry the same unwavering conviction as the blacksmith's hammer striking true steel. Feel the resonance of your certainty echoing through the universe, knowing that, like the farmer's seeds, your desire is already growing into reality. Let each word vibrate with the power of your absolute knowing, for just as surely as dawn follows night, what you know in your depths must manifest in your world. This is not mere repetition of words, but the forging of your destiny through the fire of unshakable faith. Chapter 22. Sacred Symbols. In the ancient city of stone and secrets, a master mason named Amir discovered something extraordinary while carving intricate patterns into temple walls. As his chisel traced sacred geometric forms, spirals, triangles, and intersecting circles, he noticed the stone beneath his hands began to pulse with an otherworldly warmth. Those who later walked past his carvings reported feeling unexplainable shifts in their lives, healing, clarity, and abundance flowing to them as if summoned by the ancient patterns. You stand now before similar patterns that have existed since time immemorial. These sacred symbols serve as bridges between the seen and unseen realms, focusing and amplifying the creative forces of the universe. Just as a lens concentrates light, these geometric forms concentrate energy, creating vortexes of manifestation power. The patterns you observe in nature, the spiral of a shell, the hexagons of a honeycomb, the branching of trees, are not random designs but expressions of universal law. When you work with these sacred forms consciously, you tap into the same creative force that shapes galaxies and atoms alike. In a distant valley, a wise woman named Maya understood this truth through her healing work. She would create geometric patterns in bowls of water using specific arrangements of crystals. Those who drank from these vessels experienced profound transformations, their bodies responding to the harmonious frequencies embedded in the water through sacred geometry. The patterns spoke a language older than words, communicating directly with the intelligence of life itself. These symbols exist as keys, unlocking doors in the fabric of reality. The circle represents wholeness and infinity. The triangle channels the power of Trinity, creation, preservation, and transformation. The spiral embodies the journey of evolution and growth. By meditating upon these forms, you align yourself with their inherent qualities, allowing their vibrations to reshape your energy field. Practice. Select or draw a sacred geometric symbol that resonates with your current intention. It might be a spiral for growth, a circle for completion, or a triangle for manifestation. The hexagon speaks of harmony and balance, while the flower of life pattern connects you to the infinite web of creation. Trust your intuition to guide you to the perfect form. Your inner wisdom knows which vibration you need most in this moment. Spend 5 minutes each day in meditation with this symbol, allowing its energy to attune your consciousness to the frequency of your desire. As you gaze upon its perfect proportions, feel how its mathematical harmony brings order to your thoughts and alignment to your energy field. Place your chosen symbol where you will see it regularly, perhaps by your bedside, on your altar, or in your workspace. Let its presence remind you of the universal forces working through you, for these ancient patterns are more than mere shapes. They are keys that unlock the geometric blueprint of all creation. Chapter 23, The Eternal Now. In the hidden village of eternal wisdom there lived a timekeeper named Ravi, who tended to the village's ancient clocks. One morning, moved by an inner knowing, he halted every timepiece in the village, from the grand tower clock to the smallest pocket watch. As the mechanical hands froze, something remarkable stirred in the hearts of the villagers. You possess this same ability to step outside time's relentless march. The present moment, this breath, this heartbeat, holds the seed of all creation. When you release your grip on past and future, you enter the sacred space where manifestation occurs. In that timeless village, the inhabitants discovered that without the constant reminder of passing hours, they began to experience life with renewed wonder. Children played until their joy naturally subsided rather than being called inside by the clock. Meals lasted as long as the conversation flowed. Work became a flowing dance rather than a race against time. In releasing their bondage to measured moments, the villagers found themselves living in the eternal now, the only moment that has ever truly existed. The universe knows no past or future. It creates eternally in the present moment. When you align with this truth, you step into the same creative power that births stars and moves mountains. Your point of power exists nowhere else but here, now, in this breath. In a distant kingdom, there lived a dancer named Layla, who discovered this same truth through movement. As she danced, she would lose all sense of time, merging completely with the rhythm. In these moments of pure presence, her dance transformed both herself and those who witnessed it. She became one with the eternal flow of creation, demonstrating that when we release our grip on time, we touch something timeless within ourselves. This is the great secret. That manifestation occurs not through forcing or waiting, but through being fully present to what is. In this moment of now, all possibilities exist simultaneously. Your power to create lies not in some distant future, but in your ability to be fully present with what is arising now. When you align with the eternal present, you tap into the infinite wellspring of creation itself. The masters of old understood this profound truth, that the present moment is the only point where transformation is possible. By anchoring yourself in the now, you transcend the limitations of past and future, accessing the boundless creative force that flows through all things. This is not merely a philosophical concept, but the very key to unlocking your innate power of manifestation. Practice. Set aside 10 minutes where you will not be disturbed. Allow yourself to sink fully into the present moment. Notice the sounds around you, the sensation of breath moving through your body, the play of light and shadow in your environment. When thoughts of past or future arise, gently return your attention to the sensory experience of now. Feel the aliveness that exists in this eternal moment of creation. Chapter 24, Tapping into the Quantum Fabric of Reality. In the mountain heights where ancient wisdom whispers through the winds, there lived a wise elder named Yun, who spent her days weaving on a mystical loom. A young seeker, drawn by tales of her insight, climbed the winding path to find her. You now stand at the threshold of understanding how your consciousness interweaves with the fabric of existence itself. As Yun's fingers danced across the threads, she revealed to the seeker how each strand represented a thought, each pattern an intention, and each completed weaving a manifestation brought into form. The quantum field surrounds you always, an infinite sea of potential waiting to be shaped by your conscious awareness. Like the threads on Yun's loom, every thought you hold creates ripples through this field, weaving the tapestry of your reality. When you understand this truth, you realize that manifestation is not about reaching outside yourself, but about aligning your inner vibration with the universal fabric. In a distant valley, there lived an artist named Chen who discovered this same principle through his craft. Each morning, he would stand before a blank canvas, understanding that within its emptiness lay infinite possibility. As his brush touched the surface, he did not simply paint. He merged with the creative force itself. His paintings seemed to emerge from nowhere, yet they had existed first in the quantum field of pure potential. The universe operates as this grand cosmic loom, with consciousness as the weaver. Your thoughts and energy are the threads that pattern reality into form. When you align your awareness with this truth, you become a conscious creator, working in harmony with the quantum field rather than struggling against it. Like a master artisan who understands the nature of their materials, you learn to move with the flow of creation rather than forcing your will upon it. This ancient wisdom, known to mystics throughout the ages, reveals that your consciousness is not separate from the creative force. It is an essential part of the universal tapestry, forever weaving new possibilities into existence through the eternal dance of thought and manifestation. Practice. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine yourself surrounded by a vibrant, shimmering web of energy, the quantum field of all possibility. See your desire as a glowing point within this web, connected to all other points by threads of light. Feel the energy of your intention sending ripples through this field, watching as your desire begins to take form within the web. Maintain this visualization until you sense the reality of your desire emerging from potential into form. Chapter 25. The Mastery of Focus. High in the mist-shrouded peaks, where the air grows thin and each breath becomes precious, a mountain climber named Raja faced the final ascent to the summit. With unwavering focus, he placed one foot before the other, his mind empty of all thoughts save the next step. The mountain's challenge lay not in its height, but in maintaining absolute concentration through each moment of the climb. You possess within you this same capacity for laser-like focus, a power that, when properly directed, becomes the cornerstone of manifestation. The universe responds not to scattered thoughts, but to the concentrated beam of pure intention. Your mind, like Raja's on his ascent, must learn to dismiss the winds of distraction. When thoughts drift to the summit's distance or the perilous drop below, return them gently to the present step. This practice of sustained attention builds the mental muscle required for powerful manifestation. In the workshops of an ancient city, a master jeweler named Amara demonstrated this same principle. Before her lay a rough diamond, waiting to be transformed. Each cut required absolute precision. A moment's wavering would mar the gem's potential. As she worked, the outside world ceased to exist. There was only the diamond, the tool, and the point of contact between them. The secret lies in this unity of purpose, the merging of consciousness with intention. When your attention fragments across multiple desires or doubts, your creative power diminishes. But when you focus your energy like a beam of light through a magnifying glass, reality itself begins to shift and align with your intention. This concentration of thought generates a powerful magnetic field, drawing to you the circumstances, opportunities, and resources needed for manifestation. Like Amara with her diamond, you must learn to hold your attention steady on the point of creation, allowing all else to fade into the background. Practice. Choose a single goal or intention. Set aside 15 minutes in a quiet space. Focus your entire attention on this one desire, as if it were the only thing that exists in your universe. When other thoughts arise, and they will, simply notice them and return your focus to your chosen point. Like Raja on the mountain, make each moment a step toward your summit. Observe how your mind attempts to wander and practice, bringing it back with gentle persistence. This exercise strengthens your ability to direct energy with precision, a crucial skill in the art of manifestation. Chapter 26. The Dance of Duality. In a village between mountains and sea lived two brothers, Aiden and Nix, born under the same stars yet different as dawn and dusk. Aiden radiated warmth, his presence bringing light to those around him. Nyx carried Shadow's wisdom, understanding life's deeper mysteries. Each believed his way superior, creating discord in their shared craft of pottery. You too contain these seeming opposites within your being. Like these brothers, you may resist the parts of yourself that appear to conflict or contradict. Yet in this resistance, you miss the profound truth of creation. The universal law of polarity reveals that opposing forces are but different expressions of the same energy. Light cannot exist without darkness. Joy finds its meaning through contrast with sorrow, and creation emerges from the dance between action and stillness. Watch how the brothers' story unfolds. One day, as they worked their separate wheels, a wise elder suggested they create a single vessel together. Aiden formed the bowl's exterior with his characteristic brightness and optimism, while Nyx crafted the interior with depth and introspection. Their combined work became something neither could achieve alone, a masterpiece that held both light and shadow. In nature, this principle manifests constantly. Consider the great river that carved the ancient valley. Its gentle flows and rushing rapids worked in harmony, shaping the landscape over countless seasons. The calm waters nourished the soil while the rapids carved new paths, each force essential to the river's creative power. The serene pools mirror your moments of peace and clarity, while the rapids represent times of challenge and transformation. Neither is superior. Both are necessary for your growth and evolution. Within you exists every duality, strength and vulnerability, certainty and doubt, action and surrender. When you learn to harmonize these apparent opposites rather than resist them, you access a deeper level of creative power. Like the twin brothers, your seeming contradictions can work together to manifest something greater than their individual parts. The practice. Take a moment now to reflect on a challenge you currently face or have recently overcome. In your journal, write about both its difficulty and its gift. How has this obstacle shaped you? What strength or wisdom has emerged from this experience? Like the river's rapids and pools, acknowledge how both ease and resistance have contributed to your journey. Let this reflection reveal the hidden harmony within life's dualities. As you write, notice how your perspective shifts when you view your challenge through this lens of duality. Perhaps what first appeared as pure hardship now shows glimpses of blessing. What seemed like weakness has revealed itself as a gateway to newfound power. Allow your writing to flow freely, without judgment, embracing both the shadow and light of your experience. In recognizing the sacred partnership between struggle and growth, you align yourself with the universe's deeper wisdom where every apparent opposition serves the greater whole of your becoming. Chapter 27, The Invisible Thread. In the mountains of an ancient land, a weaver named Maya sat at her loom each dawn. Her fingers moved with practiced grace, weaving threads of gold and silver into patterns that seemed to capture starlight. Yet it wasn't until one particular morning, as rays of sunlight filtered through her window, that she discovered the profound truth hidden within her craft. You see, as you journey through life, each moment, each choice, each thought forms a thread in the grand tapestry of existence. Like Maya's revelation, you too will come to understand that nothing exists in isolation. The universal law of connection reveals that all things, thoughts, dreams, actions, and outcomes, are bound together in an intricate dance of creation. When you align with this truth, your power to manifest multiplies exponentially. Each intention you set ripples outward, touching countless unseen threads that contribute to its realization. As Maya worked, she noticed how pulling one thread influenced the entire piece, how each fiber supported and strengthened those around it. Similarly, your thoughts and intentions never exist alone. They weave themselves into the fabric of universal consciousness, drawing strength from connections you may never see. In a distant garden, a spider named Aria spun her web between two branches. Most passed by, seeing only delicate strands of silk. But as morning light touched her creation, the web transformed into a masterpiece of diamond-like droplets, each reflecting and magnifying the light of others. Those who paused to observe witnessed how every intersection in her web created a point of luminous beauty. This truth extends to your own creative power. When you recognize your connection to the universal whole, you tap into an infinite network of support. Your desires don't manifest through isolated effort, but through harmony with the countless unseen threads that link you to your dreams. The practice. Find a quiet space and close your eyes. Breathe deeply and imagine yourself at the center of a vast, luminous web of connection. See golden threads extending from your heart, linking you to everything you desire. Feel how each breath strengthens these connections, how your intentions travel along these pathways, gathering power as they ripple outward through the universe. Maintain this visualization for 5 minutes, allowing yourself to experience the profound truth of universal connection. Chapter 28. Awakening Your Cosmic Blueprint. In the depths of a forgotten temple, etched upon golden parchment, lay the sacred designs of creation itself. The scroll, discovered by a humble scribe named Thaddeus, contained intricate patterns that seemed to pulse with living energy. As he studied the ancient markings, understanding dawned. These weren't mere drawings, but the very templates of existence. You hold within your being a similar cosmic blueprint, a divine design waiting to unfold. Just as the universe follows precise patterns in its endless dance of creation, your life contains an encoded map leading to your highest expression. This sacred blueprint exists beyond the realm of ordinary sight, pulsing in the quantum field of infinite possibility. It carries the signature of your unique gifts, your deepest purpose, and the full measure of your potential. When you align with this template through conscious intention, you activate a force that begins reshaping reality to match your inner design. Think of how the universe orchestrates the birth of stars, following cosmic laws with perfect precision. Your own transformation follows similar principles. Through focused visualization and elevated emotion, you awaken dormant codes within your energetic makeup, allowing your true nature to emerge. In a distant valley, a tiny seed lay dormant beneath winter soil. While others saw only darkness, the seed carried within it the complete pattern of a majestic oak. As spring's warmth touched the earth, this internal blueprint began to express itself, first as a tender shoot, then as a sapling reaching toward light, and finally as a towering tree whose branches touched the sky. Like this seed, you contain the full pattern of your enlightened self. Every achievement, every manifestation, every step of your journey already exists within your energetic blueprint. By consciously connecting with this template through visualization and feeling, you accelerate its expression in physical reality. Find a peaceful space where you won't be disturbed. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Begin to visualize yourself in your highest state of being. See the qualities, achievements, and energy of your fully actualized self. Create a detailed mental image of this vision, engaging all your senses. Feel the emotions of living as this elevated version of yourself. When ready, open your eyes and create a physical representation of this vision through images, words, or symbols that resonate with your inner blueprint. Place this vision board where you'll see it daily, using it as a focal point for meditation and alignment with your highest potential. Chapter 29, The Keeper of Secrets. In the mountains of ancient Tibet, an aging master potter named Chen worked silently at his wheel. His hands, weathered by decades of dedication, shaped the clay with practiced precision. Beside him sat his chosen apprentice, watching intently as formless earth transformed into vessels of extraordinary beauty. You possess wisdom that yearns to be shared, just as the master potter knew his craft would die without passing it forward. The power to shape reality carries with it a sacred duty, to illuminate the path for others when the moment is right. Knowledge of the universal laws flows like a river through time, carried by those who understand its precious nature. As you deepen your mastery of these principles, you become a vessel for this timeless wisdom. Yet with this privilege comes profound responsibility. These teachings must be shared with discernment, offered to those who display readiness to receive them. True mastery reveals itself not in hoarding wisdom, but in the ability to transmit it purely. When you share these principles with others, you strengthen your own understanding. Each time you guide another to awareness, you polish the mirror of your own consciousness. Consider how a flame passes from one candle to another. The original flame loses nothing by igniting others. Instead, its light multiplies, pushing back darkness. So too does spiritual wisdom grow stronger through conscious sharing. In a distant kingdom lived a wise woman named Amara, who tended an eternal flame atop a mountain peak. Each evening, she would light a torch and descend into the valley below, sharing her fire with those who dwelled in darkness. Though many urged her to remain in her solitary temple, she understood that light's purpose was to illuminate the way for others. As she moved through the village, those who received her flame became torchbearers themselves, creating a network of light that transformed the entire valley. The darkness didn't vanish all at once, but each new flame pushed it back a little further, until the whole community glowed with shared radiance. The practice. Select one principle from these teachings that has particularly resonated with you. Share this wisdom with someone who appears ready to receive it. Observe how articulating these concepts deepens your own understanding. Notice how the act of teaching reveals new layers of insight you hadn't previously recognized. As you share, remain mindful of how your example, living these principles, speaks more powerfully than words alone. Chapter 30, Becoming the Infinite Architect of Reality. In the beginning there was only pure potential, an infinite canvas awaiting the first stroke of creation. A master artisan named Thaddeus stood before this vast emptiness, his heart beating with possibility. In his hands he held nothing but pure intention, yet this was all he needed to begin. You stand now at this same threshold of creation, ready to paint upon the canvas of existence. The power that flows through you is the same force that birthed stars and shaped worlds. It awaits only your conscious direction. Within the depths of your being lies the divine spark of creation, the same energy that brings forth galaxies and guides the seasons in their eternal dance. This power has always been yours, dormant perhaps, but never diminished. As you awaken to this truth, you begin to understand that every thought, every feeling, every intention carries the seed of manifestation. Reality responds not to what you wish for, but to what you embody. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your deepest desires, you become an unstoppable force of creation. The universe itself conspires to bring forth that which resonates with your authentic power. In a distant realm there lived a being named Orion, who had forgotten their true nature. Each night they dreamed of magnificent worlds, but believed these visions were mere fantasy. One day, Gazing into a sacred pool, they saw their reflection ripple and transform, revealing their true identity as a creator of realities. In that moment of recognition, the world around them began to shift and reshape itself, responding to their awakened consciousness. This is the ultimate truth you have been seeking. You are not merely a participant in reality, you are its architect. Every circumstance, every experience, every manifestation springs forth from the wellspring of your consciousness. The power to create worlds does not reside in some distant realm or future time. It pulses through your very being in this eternal moment. The practice. Find a quiet space where you won't be disturbed. Light a candle if you wish, to symbolize the flame of creation within you. Take a piece of paper and pen and write your declaration of power as a conscious creator. Begin with the words "I am," and let your truth flow onto the page. Write about the reality you choose to create, not as something you hope for, but as something you are bringing into being through your divine power of creation. Speak these words aloud when you are finished, feeling their vibration align with the creative force of the universe itself. Conclusion. You have journeyed through the veiled corridors of ancient wisdom, uncovering truths that have transformed your understanding of reality itself. Yet as you stand here now, awakened to your infinite potential, know that this is not an ending but a beginning. The 33rd degree knowledge you now possess is not meant to rest dormant within you. It is a living force, expanding and evolving with each breath you take, each thought you shape, each reality you manifest. Like a master musician who continues to discover new melodies within familiar notes, you will find deeper layers of understanding as you apply these principles. Remember that mastery is not measured by the destination, but by your willingness to remain open to the eternal unfolding of wisdom. Each day brings opportunities to refine your alignment with universal forces, to sharpen your focus, to elevate your vibration. The tools you now possess, from conscious creation to vibrational alignment, are yours to wield with increasing precision. You have learned that the universe mirrors your inner state, that your thoughts shape the fabric of reality, that your emotions fuel the process of manifestation. These are not mere concepts to be understood, but living truths to be embodied. As you continue to practice these principles, you will discover that what once seemed miraculous becomes natural. What appeared impossible transforms into inevitable. The power you have awakened cannot be diminished or lost. It grows stronger with each conscious choice, each aligned action, each moment of present awareness. You are no longer bound by the limitations of ordinary existence. You have stepped into your role as a conscious creator, capable of shaping reality through the focused power of your intention. Let this knowledge flow through every aspect of your life. Allow it to inform your choices, guide your actions, and elevate your experiences. The 33rd degree knowledge is not separate from daily life. It is the foundation upon which a life of extraordinary creation is built. As you move forward, maintain the practice of observing reality as a reflection of your consciousness. Notice how your heightened awareness attracts synchronicities, manifests desires, and opens doors to new possibilities. This is the evidence of your mastery taking root, of your power expanding. The keys to infinite creation rest in your hands. Use them wisely, with purpose and compassion. Let your creation serve not only your highest good, but contribute to the elevation of all. For in this lies the true measure of mastery, the ability to create realities that inspire, uplift, and transform. If you enjoyed this exclusive audiobook, I handpicked this next book which will change your life.